What's up, everybody? Silver here with another Halo 5 Guardians Achievement Guide. This time we are doing Part 8 of our solo legendary run through Halo 5 Guardians. This is the mission Enemy Lines. This is the 10th mission, but it's Part 8 because the mission right before this is a non-combat mission, so you just run around and talk to a couple people. And another mission previous to that was the same kind of thing. And the mission right after this, actually, is another reprieve from combat. So Mission 11 is also one where you just run around and talk to people. But this is Mission 10, Part 8, and here we go. We're going to just start by running, and you're going to hug the right. There's going to be this piece of debris, which acts as a ramp, so boost off that. Keep running. We're going to run past a bunch of enemies here. There's some enemies to the right. Just keep going. Duck inside the door frame here so that turret on the Phantom does not shoot you that much. You don't usually take this much damage. This is pretty serious. But just follow this path. It's usually very, very reliable. And jump over here. You might have to clamber there, but maybe not. And then throw a couple grenades over here just to make it a little bit safer. Grab those plasma grenades on the right. And we killed the turret guy here. And we're going to jump up, clamber, jump, and boost. So what you want to do, again, is clamber on that door shield. Jump when you get to the top of the clamber, and then just boost over it. So it's actually very easy. Just practice a couple times. You'll probably get it on your first try even. It's a fairly easy trick. It looks impressive, but really you're just jumping up, grabbing it, jumping after you clamber up, and then boost over it. So then you grab one of these ghosts, and we are going to just slowly and methodically kill some of the enemies here, not all of them. You could just boost through this entire area, but it is a little risky. There are some suicide grunts around here, so there's a good chance that they will blow up your ghost or at least damage it severely. So we want to keep our ghost in fairly good working order here. So I'm just kind of hanging back, letting my allies here do most of the heavy lifting. And I had them kill that ghost for me. I helped them out a little bit. And we're going to go over to the left here. And you want to not boost through here because there are suicide grunts, as you can see right here. And we're just going to shoot them before we go through. Watch out because all the grenades are flying everywhere from all the explosions. And now we're pretty safe. So we're just going to hug the left here and kill a couple more people. And then we're just going to boost up to the finish line of this section. Not the actual ultimate finish line, but we skipped a good chunk of people already. So this is pretty good. So we're going to drive up here, and there's a crate of ammo. You want to grab the plasma pistol. So you have a plasma pistol and keep your BR. So you have a noob combo, essentially. We're going to use that when we get to the Kraken. So you could get the ghost up here, and it might take a little bit of time. You can see here I'm struggling. You could do it your first try. You could do it your 10th try. Or maybe your 50th. But you should be able to slowly get the hang of getting up here. Sometimes I nail this thing, and other times I just completely blank out and forget how I get up here. And that looks pretty good. There we go. So we're going to just move through here. Obviously, this is not an area you're supposed to bring the ghost. By design, they're like, yeah, they'll never be able to get up that lip. But we did. This is not a hard part to get through, but I'm struggling. And I just wrecked Veil there. But that's alright. So there we go. We're off the struggle bus. So again, that could take a lot of time if it's your first try, but there's no enemies there, so you have all the time in the world to get your ghost up and over there. So we're going to follow this path, and you could jump down to the left here. You could go a little further than jump down to the left, but if you go too far ahead without jumping down to the left, you'll probably get sniped. So that's why I jumped down to the left here, and we're going to just follow this path, go up here, and then go into the left corner of this door shield and shoot the door shield. So we're effectively destroying it, and eventually some enemy fire shooting at you or trying to shoot you will end up just shooting the door and helping you out. So it'll kind of speed up your process of getting through that door shield. So very helpful. Then jump up here and scan this thing, and it will open up the door on the opposite side of the room here. And we're going to jump to that. Again, we have the noob combo ready for our encounter with one elite. We only have to fight one, really. I guess you could try to not fight him, but he's pretty much right in your way. So we're gonna do that in a little bit. So I like to try to kill these soldiers just because it's fun. You don't need to, but I do. And then I grab the light rifle, and I forget I need the plasma pistol. So grab that, and then I'm like, wait, I need the battle rifle too. I guess I could use the light rifle in place of the battle rifle, but I'm gonna use the battle rifle. So we're gonna get the Phaeton. And I'm going to slowly and methodically kill some of the enemies here. You could just rush this Kraken here, but I decided to, for the purposes of this guide, make it a little easier. Because if you rush in, there's a good chance that your Phaeton will take some damage. And we want to keep our Phaeton in good working condition for the end of this level here. So I'm just fighting these Banshees, fighting these turrets on the Kraken. And you could switch weapons if you're unaware of that. Just hit Y to switch to your missiles or torpedoes or whatever they are. So you got the kind of machine gun type thing, but you also have the missiles that you could fire. And the missiles lock on, so that's nice. So just taking out all the turrets on this side. And then you just want to stick your nose right in here. And then bail and squeeze your way in. And then we're going to noob combo this elite. That is the entire purpose of getting that. Then you could break through this barrier here. Stick the core. There's all that metal spinning around that core. So if your plasma grenade hits the metal piece, it'll bounce off. But you want to hit the glowing orb part in the center. So if you hit that, it only takes one plasma grenade. If you miss and run out of grenades, you could obviously just shoot it a bunch and it will blow up eventually. But the quickest way is just sticking it with a plasma grenade. So this part, we've killed the Kraken. There it goes. This part we normally get out of whatever flying vehicle we have. We either have a Phaeton or a Banshee at this point. And if you get out, it'll just dissolve into nothingness. So we don't want that. We want to kind of fly in this area so we get the checkpoint and the loading loads in the new area. And we want to get out of this Phaeton on the edge here. This actually is not a good example because you can see it's flying off, but that's okay. Just make sure you're nearby so you can get back in it if it starts to tip off. But by doing that, it's like, oh, he's out of the Phaeton, but we're also far enough away that it doesn't dissolve the Phaeton, so we could just hop in now that the door's unlocked and bring it over here. And we could bring it in here and use it, which is awesome. So sometimes, I don't know, to be honest, exactly what triggers this next part. But if you go too fast, I noticed that it'll not activate. But you just have to say, wait for lock to say something woke up, and that means you could go over here and punch the console that we're going to punch over here to activate the composer. Or not the composer, the constructor. This is in Halo 4. So I grabbed an incineration cannon. I instructed one of my teammates to grab the other one. I'm going to go over here and punch this thing to activate the constructor. Now he's active. And that will spawn in a bunch of Prometheans. So I jump on top of my Phaeton. And I'm just going to fire an incineration cannon burst over there just to get the party started. And then hop in my Phaeton. And just take out all these guys. The biggest threat are the soldiers with the splinter turrets. So you want to take those guys out first if you can. This is the most dangerous part, really, is this initial wave because they're close to you and they do fire at you. You can see the people in the back don't really fire at me, except for maybe the splinter turret wielding soldiers in the back. You can see on the left, he's trying to shoot me. So we're going to take out the, now that we've cleared out this immediate area right before us, we're going to shoot at the Watchers, because if you try to shoot at anybody else, the Watcher will try to defend them and eventually heal them if you give them the chance. So we're not going to give them the chance, we're just going to kill them. And then we'll focus on the splinter turrets, because again, those are the guys who are really going to shoot at you. And then these knights, they don't really do too much in the way of trying to kill you, which is fortunate. So you can see I'm telling my team to go fire at him to distract him and also help out, you know, in taking down his health, of course. And I'm doing a lot of the work myself because I got a Phaeton. So we got one more knight left. Tell everyone to focus fire on him. But I'm doing most of the work anyway. But, you know, whatever. Every little bit helps. And that is the last enemy. Locke says all clear. You don't need to stay in the Phaeton for this part, but I'm just going to warp out here. Whoop. And by doing that, there's my heavily damaged Phaeton in the final cutscene. But that is it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Click like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion and on Twitch and Mixer at SilverScorpion4. And I'll see you guys later for more Halo achievements.